What is up, everybody out there in YouTube land? This is J Phoenix Sons bringing you a video in comparison of these controllers. Now, if you're like me, you've seen some new things on the shelf. You've seen this, the Victrix Gambit, the Turtle Beach Recon controller, the Rig Compact, and the Wolverine lineup. This is the Wolverine V2. This isn't the Chroma version. This is still the newest Series X version, but it just does not come with the paddles in the back. And this is the Profusion A controller that does come with paddles in the back, adjustable trigger stops, all that stuff. And I just brought these other ones out here because you obviously know this is a regular Xbox controller. This is the Moga. You can wire this one up, but this is made for mobile playing. This is the Xbox Elite Series 2, and this is a mod adjustable controller that you can use on your Xbox or PC or whatever, and you can go on your phone and select what mods you want. But really, I'm here to talk about the wired controllers, okay? And the reason I want to bring these out is because I've tried these and I want you to be able to choose the one you want and the one that's going to work for you. Now, let's start with this one, the Victrix Gambit. The selling point on this one, and what I really like with this one, is that it has a dual core processor, two processors, one processing the audio and the other one processing the control functions, so that you get rid of a lot of that lag and all of that stuff. This is what it comes with. I use the dual interchangeable back paddles, and I use the soft rubberized gates and the soft faceplate. Now, let me tell you why I like this and what I use it for. So, I am a fan of NBA 2K22. I play it. I have always wanted to get some control freaks that were like basketball themed, that felt like a basketball, so it would feel more realistic. So I kind of got there with trying different thumb grips and all that stuff. But here's the thing: when you have this controller and you put this soft faceplate on, you actually get, see, as you're going around there, when you hit the gates, they're rubber, they're soft. So what does that give you a feel of? It's like a basketball, right? So when you're dribbling like this, you actually feel that rubber. So it's almost kind of like you're bouncing a ball back and forth and stuff. And I just love that. And it magnetic, it goes right on there. And control freaks do fit on there. So I usually attach some control freaks to that when I'm playing, but don't necessarily have to. And it comes with different sticks, lengths, all that good stuff. And so that's why I use this controller. Also, it kills the lag in NBA 2K22. I think so, at least. This is just me. It's personal. Maybe it's all in my mind because I paid $100 for it. But I'm going to tell you, I really do feel like this is more responsive. Like, you know how in the game, and it's supposed to be like that, I guess, on NBA 2K22, you have some lag and stuff. Well, this kills the lag. And I'm telling you, it does really good with the new Call of Duty Vanguard. It does good with Forza. I mean, this all around, if you want a new feel, you don't want that clanky, plastic to plastic, sound feel. Sometimes it feels like it's grinding alongside the gates there. Well, this is going to kill all that. Plus, it's very responsive. And my only beef with this is that the paddles are too sensitive. So, and you can't set it to nothing. It has to be set to something. That's what I don't like. You can't just, almost like they're not there. So sometimes I find myself pulling them off. Oh, and it has 5-way trigger stops, so that helps a lot. So let's move on here because I don't want to make this video too long. Now this bad boy right here, found this at Best Buy. This one right here is an awesome controller for $59.99. Let me tell you right now, the feel on this is just like none other. It just feels like a wired up, boosted Xbox One controller. I mean, this thing is just awesome. And you can set different profiles and stuff, like, you want to go more audio precision, you want to, set different default settings, all of that good stuff. You got it right there. I mean, it's all there. The back buttons, the reason I like this is because the back buttons are a little bit not as easy to press, I guess you can say, and they have the grips, and they're not right there as opposed to this one where the paddle is right there. So that's where my hand kind of, my fingers are laying comfort. These sit right under the bridge of my fingers, so if I want to, I could just ignore them or press them, and it feels great, super responsive. I had just finished playing with weeks with this controller, and I was like, "There's no way this, $59.99, Turtle Beach, whatever." But no, it is very reactive. It is the same lag wise as it is with this one. So I don't know what they did here, but it's a good job. And plus, look at the texture on that, and they're fat. So I mean, my one beef with the Xbox Elite controller is that yeah, they're a little bit, have a pattern on there, but they're very small. You see what I'm saying? Like the difference there, it's very narrow. This one right here, I mean, there's no way you can miss a shot because you're pressing down, and you also can feel the texture on it, and it holds your finger there. So love this controller. Love this controller. I thought that was going to be my least favorite. This one right here is the Rig Compact. You can find this at Best Buy for $49.99. As it says, it's supposed to be a more compact version. They shaved off some of the Xbox aesthetic, or the Xbox whatever. You know how the Xbox is a little more chunky. They slimmed it down, kind of like a PlayStation, with Xbox controller got together and made this. So doesn't have much grip, much texture, but that's fine. As far as precise and no lag, I didn't notice anything wrong. This one is just more up to your style. If you like the smaller compact style, I mean, as you can see, I can just manhandle this thing. And so if you like this style, and you can set up one profile there and adjust it on the app on the Xbox. So but again, you get that clickety clankety sound, which whatever, we're used to that. But and the bigger face buttons, so it's easier to press. And so let's move over to the Wolverine V2, which I heard is very similar to the Wolverine V2 Chroma, or Wolverine V3 Chroma, whatever they're calling it. This controller I used for the longest time, and I'll tell you why. Absolutely comfortable. I mean, my only beef is that there's not a lot of grip or texture on these, but it doesn't matter because, I mean, your triggers are wide. Everything just sits perfect, and then you have the grip, and just this one doesn't light up or any of that stuff, but it still is a Series X controller, and it has the button there where it kind of helps with your aim and all that. But I gotta say, the reason I put this one down is because it does not allow for control freaks. I had to put these on. These are like some other kind of thumb grip. I mean, they're good, but again, this one feels great. You're not going to go wrong. If you want for just great feeling, this one and that one are just awesome feeling controllers. But you don't have back pedals on this one. Here's the Profusion A controller. This one is pretty good. If you're a Profusion fan, then of course you're going to like this controller. If you like that beefier, heavier kind of feel, and this one, the one problem people had with this and they did not like is that this was made just for this. So it's hard to find a different plug, and it's kind of a pain to pull out, and it feels like after a while it would break. I kind of gave up on this controller because one, I didn't like the back paddles. I usually don't like back paddles anyways, and it was just too plain. It was just like there's nothing standing out about it, nothing that would no grip, anything. And I really don't feel like buying the new one for $85. It seems like the same thing, just has grips there. So as far as the lag and all that, I don't remember because it's been months since I played this, but I'll tell you what, I know that I used it for a while and it was all good, and like I said, I liked it because it was beefy, it was heavy, it felt premium, but that was about it. And of course you have your your Xbox Elite controller. This one is a Moga. It's made for mobile play, but you can plug it in and use it on your Xbox. I don't really recommend it because I don't think it's made with any kind of technology that helps with lag or anything. And then of course you have your regular Xbox controllers. So this does take control freaks. Obviously takes control freaks. control freaks. This one does not. And of course you see control freaks on this one, and this one does too. This one does too. But what I would say is if you want the most responsive controller and you don't mind these back paddles, here you go. And it feels really good. I mean, it's new, it's different because it's the whole thing is rubbery. So you gotta, it doesn't feel like anything else out there. If you just want a really badass controller and it feels great in the hands, I mean, it feels great. You got your back paddles, all that stuff. Go with this one. If you want simple, you're not going to get any grip, no texture, none of that kind of stuff. But it's smaller, the buttons are bigger, you like that kind of stuff, then that one's for you. If you just want a great feeling controller, I mean, I think this one's $100 still, so I'm not knocking it. I'm not saying that it's not as good as these, but on the same hand, if you're a control freaks guy, you don't want to go with this one. And if you like what they do with these controllers, PowerFusion does with theirs, because they're all similar. They all look the same. They're all kind of big, bulky, and straight up just boom, big. Then go with this one. Well, you guys already know. This has been around for a while, and this is a modded controller. This is one of those where you go online, you download an app, and you can actually, modify what you want to happen with this controller, rapid fire, all that stuff. This is just a regular Xbox controller. Oh no, this one's it right here. Yeah, this is the modded one. Yeah, I put those on myself. So anyways, that's what I bring to you guys. That's what I wanted to show you. That way you can help make up your mind. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I have other controllers. Like I have the Wolverine, the first one, the tournament, all that. But I mean, I didn't think those were really relevant since we're talking about the newer controllers, especially wired that just came out. So yeah, all right guys, let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for hanging in there, and yeah, see you guys later.